All right, let's take you back to one of our top stories now. Scholar transport driver being gunned down near a primary school in Sophiatown earlier today. Eyewitnesses saying that the driver had just dropped off school children before coming under attack. And even a couple of hours later, the motive for the killing is still unknown. SABC News reporter Dludla at the scene and joining us once again live from there. And Kelvin, we finally have sight of that vehicle, which we understand came under a hail of bullets before this was cordoned off as a crime scene.
Yes, and that white vehicle behind me is the one that was involved, as you have mentioned, that it caught bullets. And now we are told by Scholar Transport that the association is called John West A. Scholar Transport. You'd understand that John West A. commutes children around Westbury and Florida. I just want to move or step out of shot so that my colleague Stelo can show you. There are glasses, broken glasses on the road. It shows you, or it gives you that car was coming from that side and it was moving up to this T-junction here. And it would seem as if those who shot that white vehicle, they shot it on that side, and as you can see, broken glasses there, and it seems as if that car moved and it managed to cross the road, and it veered off and it hit the wall there. They just removed it here. I have to warn our sensitive viewers at home, that the content that you are broadcasting live here might be graphic for them, because as you can see, this white venture vehicle, you could see that is the front window is covered. There's a person that is inside there, and it showed earlier there was a hand that was shown by the police officers here, because they were trying to remove this person that is inside that car, but it seems as if they stopped and then they are calling forensics to be involved. So the reason why I'm warning our viewers is because anything can happen now. Maybe that door might open and then they might be able to see someone who is dead inside that van. We engaged members that are here, community members that are here. They didn't want to talk to the media, but there is someone who told us that she had a loud bang, and when she tried to get out, she managed to see that someone was being gunned down, but that person had to go back because she feared for her life. People are here, a somber moment for most people here, especially relatives, because they were told by officers to come to this car so that they can be able to see the person that is inside that car. And most of them, when they got back, they were crying hysterically. So the scene has been calmed again, but we did manage to come here. You can see broken windows here on the other side. Unfortunately, my colleague Stelo cannot show you this gentleman here. It seems as if he is going to open the window or the door, because I think that this young lady here wants to see what is happening inside. Again, I have to warn our sensitive viewers at home about this graphic content. The person that they are looking at inside that car is the person that was gunned down, a 60-year-old male that was driving Scholar Transport, as I have mentioned, that it's from John West A. Scholar Transport. Most of them are going back in disbelief. That they can't believe what they are seeing here. I don't know if Stelo can be able to capture that net sound.
All right, you're watching there, or at least we're watching the very difficult scenes that are unfolding in Sophiatown in the wake of the shooting of a Scholar Transport driver in that area who had been killed, we're told, not too far from a primary school. We'll take a few of those visuals for you once again if we can, as the relatives continue to take in what's taking place, a difficult reckoning with reality in the wake of this particular shooting. We understand several shots were fired at the Scholar transport driver, and relatives are now given an opportunity to view him as he lies still in the vehicle where we understand he was shot and killed. And Kelvin Dludla is part of our team present at that particular scene as well. And Kelvin, I imagine amongst the many questions that people who are watching might have is whether or not, continuously going to this vehicle may, lead to a tampering of the evidence that in some ways affects the ongoing investigations. But it doesn't seem police are stopping these relatives from touching that car and, of course, viewing what might have happened.
Police are still here, Ayanda, and I can confirm to you that the investigator or the detective responsible for this case, I just saw him here, but it seems as if he's on the other side of the car, so I can't see him. But when I see him, I'll be able to spot him. He's wearing a brown suit. He's the detective dispatched to this case. He is responsible for everything that is happening here. So he has been taking members of the family members to this car. So I can tell you that police officials, even though they are taking people to come so that they can be able to view what is happening here, they are doing that knowing very well that this is a crime scene, and the crime scene is active. And now, as you can see, most members are coming in, and they are just trying by all means to see what exactly happened here. What we are waiting for, Ayanda, we are waiting for the hearse or a mortuary van to come here and pick up the body of the person that is inside here. I have told you that a 60-year-old male was shot at around 7:30. That is what we were told by a relative. That would be Lucia Smith, the one that we spoke to earlier. Most of them are crying, understandably so. They don't believe what happened here, and obviously they wouldn't want to talk to the media, especially on camera. Even others are telling us that, no guys, you need to move here, we don't want to see cameras here. But I can confirm that police officials are here, and they are telling us that maybe now we need to move to another direction. Thank you very much, I have to say. For now, let me say back to you in studio. But the crime scene is still active. More and more people are still coming in. The venture that you see here is the one that was involved in the shooting. Unfortunately, we are told that the person who is inside here was shot dead. A hail of bullets, to say, and we are told that the alleged perpetrators fled the scene.
All right, Kelvin Dludla, we'll give you that opportunity then to move to a different location, as you've explained. But my goodness, what a difficult story to tell. We could hear the wailing there in the background as you convey to us what we're able to see and what, in fact, we still don't know around this particular shooting. And of course, we've been very careful in what we're able to show you, given the fact that, there's great sensitivity around, this particular victim, who we're told is still lying in that particular car after coming under a hail of bullets earlier today. Relatives really just in complete shock, despair is probably a better word to use, after viewing him lying in that particular car, as police continue their own investigations. And we'll get you a sense of what happens next in a context where even the motive for the shooting is still unknown. Kelvin Dludla, once again, thanks very much indeed. And it's a very troubling story, but dare I say, a very South African story, that on a day where you anticipate a loved one to come back home, you may very well get a call that they've been killed after coming under a hail of bullets on what was meant to be an ordinary school run, which is certainly the story of this particular victim. It's one that we'll continue watching for you, and in fact, as I mentioned, for updates, keep it locked to the SABC News channel.